Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised. All right. All praises to the Most High. All praises. Yes, beloved brothers and sisters, look at this. Look at this. All praises. All praises. Indeed. Look at this. All right. This is January 15 today. All right. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi. And oh boy. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and today is Saturday, January the 15th, 2021, 2022. Peace be with you, peace be unto you. Peace be with you, beloved brothers and sisters. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. Be at peace. Fear not, the Heavenly Father is indeed in the midst. Brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike, fear not. Nothing is going to happen to you if you're covered by the Great One himself. Jacob is not going back into another 400 years of trouble again. We already went to this. Okay, so give me a second. Seems this thing over there. Yes. All right. Okay, so as you can see here, beloved, there is a eruption, a volcano eruption that is so violent that it caused tsunami in Honga Tonga place. I believe that's the place name over there in the Pacific. Let us watch this again. Then we have a couple of dozens of tab open with videos. Let us check this out, brethren. This is the hand of the Most High. This is not man-made. Men do not have the ability nor power to do something like this. The elites are not in control. There's no such thing as ARP. There's no such thing as CERN doing this. This is the Heavenly Father's hand and the mist. This is a tsunami, an earthquake. This is a volcano eruption. We told you the volcanoes are like an announcer. Okay, they announce when the judgment is coming. Okay, every time you see a volcano eruption, you better know that there will be a lot of destruction coming right after that. We give the Most High great praise, great glory for this. Yea, indeed. Let us keep on moving, brethren. Let us see what's going on here. So now, if you watch this, look at this. This thing, our moment giant volcano eruption is seen from space as terrifying footage shows tsunami in Tonga. You see, this thing is so bad, you can see it from space, man. That's how bad it is. Okay, look at this. Okay, boom. They did not speed this. Okay, watch the hours. Okay, this is seconds. Okay, 8, 9, 10 seconds. Okay, you see this, and then there come the tsunami on the land right here. All right, look at this. Look at this. Okay. Man, they're probably gonna get me for the music, but anyway, we give the Most High great praise, great glory. All right, let us keep on moving, brethren. Let us keep on moving. Oh boy, my back. Look at this. Okay. All right. But this is no joke. All right, this is no joke. Okay. This is no joke. This thing is happening, man. It's happening all over the world. This is no joke. See, the churches. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. All right, this is inside of a church right there, which I assume. Okay, look at this. Look at this. See, you whores over there need to get out of the church. And we keep telling people, yo, get out of the freaking church, son. Get out. But, hey, you know, You people can't tell any truth because you have the wrong skin color. Okay, no problem.
Tsunami hit the largest island of Tonga, Tongatapu, after a strong eruption of the underwater volcano Hongatonga this afternoon. Tidal waves crossed the coastline at Nuku'alofa and flooded coastal roads and property. Waves reached a height of 83 centimeters, according to the U.S. Pacific Tsunami Warning Center.
Okay.
Panic reigns, people are worried and do not know what to do. The telephone connection is not working and it is difficult for people to get through. People are being urged to stay away from beaches and coastal areas until 4 a.m. tomorrow. Information about property damage and casualties is not yet available. Fiji and American Samoa also issued tsunami warnings, urging residents to avoid the coastline due to strong currents and dangerous waves. New Zealand authorities, more than 2,000 kilometers from the eruption, also said strong currents and unpredictable waves could be expected in parts of the country.
There you go. All right. Brett, oops. I think this video just, anyway. We were going to play this, the stuff in Jakarta. We will play it. But anyway, as you can see, beloved, the Most High is not playing. The judgment is very serious, and it's all over the world. Now, we did not see this volcano erupted in the hood. We did not see the UN, the so-called the European Union or the EU came in with their tanks and grab our people over there and put them in camp and then send them to Jacob's trouble. We did not see the so-called the police officers, the white supremacists coming there and being very proud and locked up our people and then force the RFID chip upon them or force any garbage. All we see is a bunch of people running for their life, being very scared, and deathly afraid of the Most High. What you're seeing and witnessing here, it's called Esau's trouble and the Gentiles' tribulation. Psalm 83. Every single nation that banded together to come against the children of the Most High, that did these horrible and terrible things unto us, you are being judged. And it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's not going to stop. The plague, I heard that scumbag Bill Gates talking about, oh, once we pass Omicron and everything going to be all right, it's going to be like the common. Get out of here. It will never be normal for you. The word normal has been removed from the vocabulary. It has been removed from the dictionary. The Most High is indeed in the midst. Let us keep on moving. This is not done by men here.
This is Dabu 7.
That's Dabu 7.
We have had a massive underwater explosion coming from a volcano in the island region of Tonga. This is one of the most active earthquake places in the world. And as we can see here, one of the most active volcanic places as well. This massive eruption sending off a tsunami and tsunami warnings in all directions. We now have reports of waves coming up on Hawaii 2.7 feet high. We have some footage here from different angles, and you can see here these waves crashing in.
Okay, this thing are very destructive, man.
These people in their car taking off on the beach.
Exactly, running. I don't see you guys proudly stand over there and act like you're going to fight this thing or you're going to put it in a camp. Get out of here.
These waves come crashing in behind them. People just jumping in their cars. You can see the wave taking out the fence there as these people were trying to get down this road and get out of there. That wall of water coming in on them right there. Heartbreaking as we have families that were in churches and in buildings.
Exactly. They were in their churches. Again, brothers, this is precision. This is the Most High precisely destroy a group of people, a specific group of people. He targeted them and he is destroying them. And we give him great praise, great glory for destroying our enemy. Over here, we don't pray for the enemy to get better. We've been doing this over 400 or 500 years. And now, we pray for our people. We pray for our protection and destruction of the enemy. We will read some of the comment. How many? Oh, 7,000 views. You know, it's fairly. It just happened. Okay, so yeah, that's
not make it out as these flood waters came through. As you can see right here, this building ravaged. This guy says his family was in the church. They just finished having choir practice and the tsunami hit.
They were in the church.
You can see the flood waters and the waves coming through here massively.
Okay.
Inside the church.
Exactly.
Inside the church at this point.
Yeah.
So some horrific images coming out of the Tonga region. This massive eruption here causing big tsunami waves. And this is just devastating at the moment, man. Prayers going out to everyone out there dealing with this situation.
Okay.
I will continue to update via Twitter and Getter. Make sure to...
So now we know men cannot do this. All right, let me see. Let me read the story. There's so much news all over the world that the public doesn't hear unless your precious soul dig it up. Thanks, my brother. All praises. That is the truth. Sorry to hear this tragedy. I really hope everyone is lost. Okay, buckle up. We haven't seen anything yet. Things will escalate and become much worse. Take care of yourself and each other. Good. So far, so good. I'm looking for conspiracy theories. See what they are saying. Prayers go out. Okay. Prayers go out to Tonga. You are one of the few people telling us what happened. I am on the West Coast and strong. Find information and possible. Oh no, it looks massive. That looks like a wave that could have traveled big distance. I'm praying for everyone. I live in Yes, sweetie, what is it?
You started already?
Yeah, I'm starting to make a video and then I'll do the prayer. So
So you ready for me to fix your food?
Yes, go ahead then. Absolutely insane. Things in the world are changing quickly. Decide whom you will serve. Much love and praying for the people there. They don't talk like that. Right? Those people don't talk like that. Why they are saying much love now? Like that, much love, people. Yeah, so I want to see conspiracy theories. Where are they? Prayers for Tonga and Royal Pacific Island. Wow, that is crazy explosion. Hope for this stay aware. Oh, how massive. Thank you. This is the first I'm hearing of this. Well, it just happened today. Damn, an explosion that can be seen from space. That's something we should be concerned about, all four corners of this earth. Indeed, brothers. From space. From space. You see how the language of the Gentiles are changing? You see how they are changing? Okay? All right? You see how they don't talk about conspiracy anymore. There you go. Was it really a volcano? We all know they are cleaning out underground tunnels worldwide. Was there a Richter scale reading depth? Yeah, the conspiracy theorists finally won. Let's see what's going on here. All right. Yes, it was. Yes, it was a volcano. Looks like an atomic bomb went off to me. Yeah, we have proof whatsoever of any kind of clean whatsoever, more to support against the whole mess. 7.6 by USDR when moved. There aren't enough tunnels even worldwide for explosion and them to cause all the global volcanic eruption and quake going on recently. All praises to the Most High. It's the small Nemesis star system, which is planet X, passing through our right now, causing the Earth changes, disruption. See channel Jeff P. Last Day, Beyond Horizon, Planet X researchers. Yeah. So now they are putting those guys down. They say, man, shut the F up, man. The elites are not doing this by digging tunnels. Get out of here. So those guys can go to space. They can go to Mars. They decide to dig tunnels and go hide underground instead, when they could have leave the planet. Okay, they could have leave Earth, so they decide to hide inside of the Earth. Get out of here. They can't do anything. They're not digging anything. Okay. We give the Most High great praise, great glory. Let us keep on. Is that thing even recording right now? Is it? Yes. Let's keep on moving. Okay. All right, this is an earthquake, I believe. Okay. 6.6 earthquake hits Java, Indonesia. yesterday, the 22nd Gempa di Jakarta. Okay? All right? For some reason, people always choose to film the fish tank. Show us the damage, man. Okay? So that's the classroom, I believe, empty. Everybody fled. Okay? They just fled. All right? Because the earthquake was going on. They just fled. All right? This is in Indonesia. You seeing Indonesia is catching hell, man. You know? The Mosai is not playing. Oh, boy, excuse me. Okay, this is the destruction. Oops. Trying to get this one. Okay. Look at this. And then they will say nobody died. They say, no, nothing happened here. This house was empty. There's no one in it. 0 person died. Okay, the whole house crumbled. Fell on the people, man. Okay, all those places. All right? The destruction is upon the earth. The Heavenly Father is indeed in the midst. He's working on our behalf. Fear not. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. Be at peace. Yeah. Okay. So they are calling upon Allah. Those people are terrified. This dude is eating a sandwich. This dude is eating a sandwich, and that dude like, hey, I don't give a F, man. They are calling upon Allah. Okay. God is great. God is great. God is great. Yeah. So you people are dismayed. You people are moved. That's what that is.
Astagfirullahaladzim.
Okay, this is the Mosai grieving those people, brethren. Okay? The Mosai is grieving them. Destruction. Judgment. 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 That's what those things are saying. Okay? Alright? All those walls fell. You know, and then those people are going to tell you, no destruction. Nothing happened. Those houses is literally destroyed. And there were people in there. They didn't get out in time. And they're going to tell you, nothing happened. Everything is good. And then all of a sudden, you hear a labor shortage everywhere. Where are all those people? Okay, we don't have a labor shortage. We have a people shortage. Look at this. Okay, look at the destruction.
Ruang guru.
Okay. All right. The whole wall fell. Look at on the bed. Okay. Everything fell off on the bed. Okay. And then they say no injury, nothing happened. And, you know, everything's good. Just mind your own business. Keep watching Kim Kardashian and the NBA. Some of the stuff. Don't worry about that. There's nothing going on here. A couple of fluke thing happen, you know. Because those people think this thing will stop, brothers. And as you can see, never stop in Indonesia. Keep happening, 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 and happening again. Non-stop. That's a school, I believe. Okay? All right?
Tepatnya di Kampung Cibul.
Okay? Look at this destruction
Di
right
Desa Munjul, RT 10. Tepatnya di Kampung Cibula.
The whole house fell. Everything. Okay? Got the bricks, the bikes, the TVs. That was somebody's house, man. The Mosai is grieving those people. He's literally sweeping them off the land. He's grieving them all over.
Wah, di sini terjadi gempa, guys. Dan Mak ini panik. Coba Mak, lihat dong mukanya.
Okay.
Seluruh akuarium goyang-goyang.
Okay, the house are destroyed. All right. We give the Heavenly Father great praise, great glory. Now, why is all of this is happening? What seems to be the issue here? Why is it every single time, beloved, you turn on your phone, not the news? Most of you don't even watch the freaking news because they are hiding those destruction. They won't even talk about this. They won't talk about that. Volcano, earthquake in Indonesia. No. This is happening because of the 400 years. From 1619 to 2019, We completed our 400 years. That is why after 2019, 2020 kicks in, it's nothing but hell till today, 2022, so to speak. We are seeing, beloved brothers and sisters, an uptick in natural disaster, so to speak. We are seeing an uptick in everything, the violence, the crashes, helicopters, airplane fall off the sky, car collision, car accident, the shootings, the swords, the violence, the shortages. It's because of Genesis 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And we fulfilled this prophecy in 2019, and then that is why 2020 says, and also that nation whom they shall serve, thank you. The juice is coming, right?
Just a little bit, baby.
Yeah, a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. As long as I can. Oh. All right. Genesis 15, verse 13, verse 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And the fathers judging the nation through the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham. What you just witnessed here is destruction by earthquake. Okay. 10. That's good. Did you put it in there?
No.
Okay, put it in there, so I can shake it. That's good, baby. Thunder voices and destroying earthquake. Okay, the weather, the tsunami. Okay, the explosion, the eruptions. All right? All praises to the Most High. Good. Now, as you can see, for the past 2 years, since 2020 till now, so to speak, the event have been escalated to an astonishing speed. It's just every single day you wake up, it's something. It never stops. And the thing that you wake up today beat the things that you heard yesterday or the other day. So it's only going to get worse and worse and worse. So the people in the world, they really don't know what's going on because they're still waiting on the rapture. We keep telling you there'll be no rapture here. So that's why we see all those things are happening, and then the people are being destroyed. Okay, the whole house fell. Okay, the whole businesses fell. Okay. Okay. So, all right, the whole business fell. All right then. So let us keep on moving, brethren. Almost time for now. This is in France, Toulouse. Okay.
In southwestern France, heavy rains caused large-scale floods.
All right. So it's pretty much everywhere while it's snowing over there, brothers. Okay, this is snow. Okay. This is snow mingling
Due to heavy rain, the Garonne
water.
River overflowed its banks.
Okay. It's flooding, fire, flooding, fire, earthquake, tsunami, shooting, killing, murdering, all of that going on. Be at peace. The Most High is indeed in the midst. Okay, you are going to see those things happening more and more and more. So, now, this is in California, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Firefighters battle fire raging at Adelanto, California commercial building. So, for a while now, for those of you who've been watching, you see all those buildings, all those commercial buildings in California are catching fire, especially the chemical plants all over the world, but specifically in California now. And then the people really don't know what's going on. And then we keep telling them this is a plague number 2 right here. Let me stop this right quick. Plague number 2 here, fiery conflagration of the cities, and it's not going to stop. It's only going to get worse. And in the midst of this fire, you can see all sort of faces. There's a face right there. eye, the nose poking out like this. It looked like a goblin. Let me see if I can enlarge this. This thing looked like one of those goblin. So, you know, the forehead right here, the big nose right here, and then the mouth, the throat. It has like a little goatee right here, the mouth right here, and then the throat. See, the ear is all black like a beast ear. You know, you can see all sort of things in the fire. That is because our eye, there's our third eye has been hoping we can see those things while others can't. You know, unless we stop, we freeze it, and then we show it to them. Still, some of them cannot see it. They're like, I don't see anything here but fire, but we can. Okay, all praises, man. Okay, so this thing is happening. Those are tires, all right? Those are tires. And let me see the comment if, oh, okay, this is on the sun. Okay, pandemic fire in the world, geez. Hope the company is insured on purpose. The good news is this proof Earth is flat, you know. Fire marshal again. They are seeing this, brethren, okay? All right, look at this inferno. Look at this. Can you imagine getting caught in this fire, man? There's no escape for this. You'll burn alive. Okay. All right. See the firefighters. Yeah, you guys now want to cut through and then put this fire out. Okay. All right. Giant fire, man. Giant fire. We give the Most High praises and glory. Again. All right, this happening in California. This one happened today. 200 firefighter battling New Jersey. Inferno at chemical plant as explosion ripped through structures. This happened today. The other one happened 2 days ago. Okay, this is in New Jersey. All right. This is pretty much New York and Connecticut and all that. Okay. All right. Look at this. All right.
Oh, it's so hot.
It is quite hot.
Wow. That's really hot. Ah, damn.
Yeah.
It is hot. That's how those people get killed when they are in wildfires in California. They are running and then the fire is so hot for like miles. They got microwave in the car. They got cooked in the car. Like they got steam cooked and then they died. Okay. 200 firefighters battling. This is a chemical plant. As you can see, for the past 2 years, you see a lot of chemical plants are catching on fire because they are making a lot of poison over there to poisoning our people. And then the Manasseh is destroying and literally destroying those people. All right. So over 200 firefighters battling this fire. And this is a chemical fire, okay? The sun always caught the best part out of this. But again, brethren, fiery conflagration of the cities, it's only going to happen worse and it's going to happen a lot more often. All right. Let me see. Is that the fire? Oh, yeah, that's better. That's better.
And breaking news right now at 11, a massive fire at a chemical plant in New Jersey is shooting flames into the sky. The smoke is so widespread, it's now shut down a major highway, and people can see it nearly 10 miles away. Good
there
evening.
You go.
I'm Maurice Dubois.
There you go. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is, brethren? To see a fire 10 miles away. Do you know what kind of fire is that? To see 10 miles away, to see the plume or fire, to literally see the fire 10 miles. Well, you know, okay, 10, step number 10. Anyway.
Johnson, that fire has now spread through several warehouses in Passaic.
And nearby residents are being warned about the burning chemicals. Let's get right out to CBS 2's Nick Calloway, live on the scene with the breaking details tonight. Nick.
Well, Maurice and Christine, this is an absolutely massive fire. It is now up to 10 alarms. We could see the plume of smoke from 8 or 10 miles away in Newark as we were driving in. I'm going to get out of the way so you
can... 10 alarm is pretty bad, okay? They go by, they rate the fire so the people can know what's going on here. Fire alarm rate.
According to Ackerman Security, on average, fire alarm equipment is usually priced at $1 to $2 per square foot,
but the price can go up to $3 to $6 per square foot depending on how complex the installation is.
10 alarm fire. Okay.
According to Wikipedia, 1 alarm fires, 2 alarm fires, 3 alarm fires, etc. are categories classifying the seriousness of fires, commonly used in the United States and in Canada, particularly indicating the level of response by local authorities.
So a 10 alarm is very, very bad. At least it's multiple, okay? That's the one that we are watching here. That's what he said, a 10 alarm fire. Let's listen to it again.
The burning chemicals. Let's get right out to CBS News' Nick Calloway, live on the scene with the breaking details tonight. Nick.
Well, Maurice and Christine, this is an absolutely massive fire. It is now up to 10 alarms. We could see the plume of smoke from 8 or 10 miles away in Newark as we were driving in. I'm going to get out of the way so you can take a look at what it looks like right now. It has been contained a lot just within the last hour or so as firefighters have been attacking that fire, but it is still burning, according to the mayor, out of control. We are told there are 2 buildings involved right now. Luckily, I was just told by the mayor that a chlorine plant or warehouse that is very close to this fire has not caught fire yet. Sirens could be heard from every direction in Passaic as the fire raged out of control.
It's unfortunate. You don't know who was in there, you know? So it's just bad. It's bad to watch right now.
The fire started around 8:30 p.m. at 2 buildings on Canal Street. A fireball reached several stories high, and a toxic cloud of smoke could be seen and smelled from miles away. Passaic Mayor Hector Laura warning people who live nearby.
To all residents in the immediate area, please close your windows as our firefighters are desperately working to get this fire under control.
Because again, this is a chemical fire. Boy, it's gonna be 12 p.m. It's pre-recorded. It's a chemical fire. You know, if you inhale the smoke, you know, that's gonna be an issue.
Some neighbors went to take pictures and video. Others fleeing the other direction.
Yeah, that's why I'm heading out right now. Yeah, I don't know what.
Joel, the book of Joel, Iridia. Okay, all praises.
People are doing getting too close, but it's worrying. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's why we left. We came to check it out to see how bad the situation was, because we live right over there, and we don't know if the fumes are gonna come over, and if it's gonna have any long-term side effects, or like lungs.
There you go.
So it's really scary.
There you go. You don't know this, you know, anything like that, brothers. Get away from this. Go another. While you're in New Jersey, go to New York or Connecticut or go somewhere. Go to another state, chill there, because you never know.
Some residents of nearby apartment buildings were not taking any chances. This family packed up the car
and
to make a run for it.
And we see the fire, so we don't want to wait until the fire past the building.
And then once it get to you, and then you try to get out now. Nah, when that hitch is there, even though your house is far away from this, say, you know what? I'll be back later on. And you're out.
Again, firefighters are trying to push the flames away from a chlorine plant or chlorine warehouse that is very close to that fire. Several roads in this area have been closed because of all this, including the nearby Route 21. I just spoke with the mayor a little while ago. He said so far no injuries have been reported. That's the good news, but I will add that there are a lot of very large apartment buildings very close to this fire, and there are a lot of people going to sleep tonight wondering what kind of air it is.
No, I would not sleep.
Breathing.
I will not sleep there. All praises to the Most High. It's 12 o'clock. Let me get to the prayer. Well, I got 15 more minutes to go. Let's take the 15 more minutes and then let's finish this first. All right, all praises. Let's keep on moving.
Begin with the fire tragedy, and this afternoon we're learning more about the 17 people killed in the high-rise fire in the Bronx.
So this is the image and the picture of the 17 people that are killed in the fire that happened over there in the Bronx. Again, beloved brothers and sisters, the Most High is not playing. What you're seeing here, what you are witnessing here right in front of you, and your TV screen, phone screen, tablet, whatever device you are watching, this is the surgical removal of the shaft in the midst of the wheat. the Most High surgically removed those people that look like us, that kind of talk like us, but they are not us. And he removed them for multiple reasons. One, they are what you are calling so-called Muslim. And we told our people, we told anybody, Jews, Gentiles alike, do not get involved with either Christianity or Islam. Any of them. All those religions, they were for our people. They weren't religions. They were a manner of faith our people used to worship the Heavenly Father. But you Gentiles put your hands upon them and you corrupt, you perverted them. You put your God there, you put all kind of rules. You know, you come up with scumbag stuff as like the women to be ashamed of their hair and stuff like that. It has nothing to do with your actual hair or any of that. You think because if you dress like this, you are righteous or you're following some kind of law. You think the Most High will look upon your physical self and say, hey, you look good. You dress good. You keep whatever the Sabbath and stuff like that. And then when in your heart, you are a demon. See, this all family right here, all of them, they are of one family. And the whole building. And all of them are no more. It's not like those people go somewhere and then they're going to come back, or they just go back to Gambia. I believe they are Gambian, and then they come back. No, they are no more. And from what I'm getting, they were all Fulanis, if I'm not mistaken. The so-called Fulanis are not our people. Okay, they are destroying and killing the Yahuba tribe. They are taking over the, well, they did already took over the land. And those people are not our people. They look like you though, but they are not you. All right, let's go to the name.
On Sunday, we have video of one family's dramatic escape from the 15th floor as they made it down those stairs. And we're going to show you the FDNY's new campaign to try and save lives.
Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis joining us live in the Tremont section with the very latest. Marcus.
Well, Dave and Liz, we are outside the mosque around the corner from the building where family members have been coming for support. They are awaiting word from the medical examiner that the bodies have been released so that they can plan a funeral that they are hoping to have in keeping with their faith as quickly as possible. They are hoping for either Friday or Saturday. In the meantime, they continue to grieve the overwhelming loss.
For this past couple of nights, sometimes I just woke up at night thinking that, you know, I'm just dreaming.
But he is living a nightmare, mourning the loss of his brother and sister-in-law. In the chaos of Sunday's fatal fire, Yusafa Jawara snapped a picture after helping EMTs load his sister-in-law into an ambulance, not realizing who was on the stretcher.
That's how bad it was. He didn't even know who this person was, and it was his sister-in-law.
I looked at the picture again, showed it to my wife, and then my wife said, that's her. Not knowing that I was helping.
All right, the soul is real, man. There you go. Okay, worshiping another God before our Father. Okay, Allah simply means power. Okay, the name of the Most High, multiple name for the Most High, but you guys are not worshiping the Most High. Okay, you're whoring yourself to another God, and then you co-opt everything that we had, and then now you're paying for it.
Jawara, like many of the victims' relatives, is seeking comfort at a mosque where virtually every family was a congregant. The close-knit Gambian community has rallied to support those who are grieving. Tijan Jane's 27-year-old daughter, Sarah, a Lehman College student, was killed. Another daughter is still in critical condition.
So I'm trying to escape up. I look around, you can't find nobody. It's much dark, like in between, and we can see. So I'm trying to hold down the wall to climb up to go back to my apartment.
Okay. They were met with heavy smoke. We know the thing is like the smoke is the representation of the Most High. Heavy smoke, you know, in the hallway.
Investigation goes on. The FDNY today released a public service announcement with images showing the devastation inside the building, reminding New Yorkers to close their apartment door when fleeing a fire. Back at the mosque, donations continue to pour in. from far and wide.
All the neighbors, America, New York, Bronx, all stand up with us. That brings joy into our heart.
Okay, so those are the guys. Okay, those are the people that came in, and then so I get jacked out people, and then enjoy the blessing with the Gentiles and do all sort of things, and then now, man, hey, yeah, so yeah, man, the 400 years is up and pay up.
We're not alone in this terrible. We thank Allah for that.
Another difficult conversation that families are having is whether or not to bury relatives here in New York or in West Africa. They're having those conversations with relatives back in Gambia. Those are decisions families will have to make. Coming up at 6, we'll hear.
As you can see it, brothers, okay? All 17 people killed in tragic brunch, they all form one family. The Most High spare. He could have literally take everybody in the building, but he take this one family. Because those people, by spirit, they had something to do with our struggle. They had something to do with our trouble. Their family must have done something to ours for them to deserve that. The same thing happened in Philadelphia. The whole family of Christian family. You see the Christians and the Muslims, all of them. They are no more. The Messiah is not playing with you, man. He's not playing. And before anybody get angry, anybody like, oh, well, they are black, I don't care and stuff. Okay, just go ahead, look for skin folk. And then say, oh, he's a skin folk, so he's my kinfolk. You know, we are kin, brother, because you're black, I'm black. We need to be loved, and no, we're not. We need to be separated from those people and be with our own people. We're not supposed to be within the flesh and all that. Test the spirit. That's what John said. And when John tell you test the spirit, literally test. You see our people. Then again, like one of our subscribers or commenters said, we mess with spirit. When John tell you to test the spirit, literally open your third eye, look at that person. You can see the spirit. You can see them. That's why right now you are so uncomfortable around certain people, especially people in your family, certain friends. It's been a while now because you can see, you can feel the spirit. You can literally, when you go to a place, you see the 2/3 crowd start twerking and all that, your spirit tell you move. You can't be here. The moment you go to a place, you like, yeah, Jesus, oh, Jesus. You left. You like, yo, I can't be here. I'm leaving. That's what happened now, man. Test the spirit, the literal spirit of that person. And give the Most High great glory, great praises. Spare our people over there in the Bronx. Thank you, Heavenly Father. You could have made this fire really, really bad. And we know most of the houses and the homes, the buildings, the condos, the apartments in the Bronx or New York, they have gas line. You could have literally took over the gas line, put a little spark on that fire. The whole building, the whole neighborhood, the whole city could have been gone. But you didn't, because you know the destruction and the judgment is very precise. You specifically removed those folks in the midst of our people. The whole family, all of them gone. Everybody else that in the building survived, they didn't. Thank you for doing this. We give you great praise, great glory. We give great exaltation unto your name for sparing our people out there. Even the 2/3 in the hood, they deserve it, but the Most High did not bring it into the 2/3. He bringing it to those people, and they weren't our people. All praises to the Most High. Thank you, Father. Let us keep on moving.
And that is our top story tonight. A man on fire after his van explodes. The deadly scene playing out right in front of Daytona Beach Police headquarters. Police say he threatened them in the past. Officers did not even know he was out there until they heard that explosion.
All they saw was a man on fire getting out of the van. Fox 35's Holly Bristow joins us live from Daytona Beach. So, Holly, this man is accused of threatening to blow up other places as well.
That's right. Daytona Beach police tell me in the past he's threatened to blow up this very building, the FBI building in Jacksonville, as well as another federal building.
In 2020, we did put an informational bolo out on him that he indicated he wanted to blow up the police department.
This burned out shell is all that's left of a late model minivan. Daytona Beach police say the driver of the van dead in a suspicious incident outside their headquarters early this morning.
We had officers in the building, and there was an officer up on Williamson. They both called out with hearing an explosion. As they started to look for it, they noticed a vehicle on fire in our parking lot.
Deputy Chief Jennifer Whittet says those booms were the tires exploding. Their surveillance cameras catching that and what happened moments earlier.
We have it for about 2 minutes.
Police say the occupant, who they're not yet officially identifying, was on fire when he ran out of this van. Officers tried to extinguish the flames on him, saying he was dead before the fire department arrived. One thing investigators know for sure:
this fire was started inside the vehicle.
And when you say started, intentionally started?
It intentionally started for whatever reason.
Deputy Chief Whittet tells Fox 35 News law enforcement is familiar with the Lake City man this van is registered to, who they're assuming is the deceased suspect.
We did end up Baker acting him in 2019 at Halifax Hospital for some statements that were made.
She says in 2018, the man had a run-in with his neighbors and vented his frustrations at investigators.
And had threatened to blow up the FBI building in Jacksonville.
Most recently, Deputy Chief says he threatened to blow up this building and a federal building in 2020. The big question now: what was his intent this morning?
We don't know why he came here. If it was intended for the police department, if it was intended for police.
You can still see the char marks here on the ground in front of Daytona Beach Police from where this van was sitting this morning. And the deputy chief wanted to be very clear. They believe the suspect is the man that van is registered to. However, the body of that man is in such bad shape, the medical examiner has not been able to officially confirm that is the suspect indeed.
That is horrible. This guy was gonna do some stuff, and then it's really loud, baby. Okay. You know. So let me see if they have a update. Okay, 2 accused of racing before deadly crash. Oh boy, it's already time for me to do the prayer. All right, then let me do the prayer, and then I'll come back to this. To you is gonna be. Oh, okay. Let me see. They haven't get anything yet. Okay, man dies. They haven't identified. They haven't identified this guy yet. Okay, well. Okay, then. Nope, they have not. So I'll be back instantly. To you, but to me, it's like an hour or two. All right, I just finished the prayer too. It's instantly, but to me, it's been 2 hours. We discussed a lot of things in there, and let us keep on moving. Let us keep on going. Let me let this going for you. Oh, okay. There's nothing here for the guy that was burned. Okay. All right. Let us keep on moving, Bridget. Oh, okay. This thing. I thought this thing was on. It was. Let us keep on moving. Okay. Let us keep on moving. I thought this thing was on. Now just turn it on. Let's go.
We join you at almost 8:30 this morning with more on that breaking news alert. We've been following the fire in Muskegon. I'm Tessa DiTiero. Good morning.
Michelle, what's her name again? Michelle Duvato? Is that what that is? Michelle Donovan. Okay. Tell me who's in the miss while damn it. While I am hydrating the Holy Temple with the Holy Spirit. Woo. Woo. All praises. Michael is in the midst. Yea, indeed. You can't make this up. You really can't. All right, let us keep on moving. Let us keep on moving.
In Muskegon, I'm Tessa DiTiro. Good morning.
And I'm Michelle Dunaway. Yes, we're learning more about this fire. It happened at a storage facility in Muskegon. Lauren Coomer.
E25. I mean, you can't make this up, man. I mean, people think like we're making this up, okay? So when you look at this, E25 equal 7. Perfection. And you're looking on the left, on the right here, you see the number 7. You know, I say E stand for Eden, the new beginning. 17, 1 plus 7, 8, the new beginning. You know, perfection and all that. It's all over. You know, Michael bringing the perfection over there. And this woman and all that. Let us keep on going, brothers. Let us keep on going.
Has been there all morning long. She has a closer look at an update for us right now. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Tessa, Michelle. Fire crews tell me they have a reason to believe that someone was living in one of these storage units here at Self Storage Muskegon, and they believe that is how the fire started. It's located right off of East Laketon Avenue behind Mr. Quick. The call came in around 5 a.m. this morning, and fire crews tell me when they arrived, most of the building was engulfed in flames. Take a look at this video one viewer sent us from earlier. Muskegon Fire Department's Deputy Director, Jay Paulson, tells me the fire started in the middle of the building, and since it's all wood frame, once it reached the attic, it spread fairly quickly and even damaged part of the vinyl siding on the building across from it. Paulson says there are only 6 units that aren't fully damaged. Thankfully, no injuries were reported, and right now, crews are waiting. As you can see here, a backhoe is now on the property, and they're moving some of the items and debris around to ensure that there aren't any hot spots left, spraying some water on what they move to ensure that a fire does not reignite. So we will continue to bring you updates as this develops. For now, reporting live in Muskegon, Lauren Coomer, Fox 17 News.
Lauren, thank you for that live report. We'll look forward to hearing more coming up later on. Thank you.
Damn it with this cat, man.
Oh, I didn't even know he came in here.
Ash, damn you.
Hey, he ain't doing nothing.
Well, I don't want it in there. You would put like the hair on my bed and stuff.
He didn't do nothing, babe.
But it's true. Ash always coming over here and try to do stuff, man. Ah, fiery conflagration.
He must have snuck in the room when we opened the door.
All praises. Okay, let's go to the next one.
A fire in South Jersey causes 2 houses to collapse early this morning. You just heard one of the neighbors there, just heartbroken for the people who lived in those homes. We have just now learned that 1 person was in fact killed. Good morning to you. It's 11 a.m. I'm Lucy Bustamante. We have also learned that 4 people were hurt in that fire, including a baby. NBC 10's Miguel Martinez-Valle live at the scene in West Deptford, Gloucester County, with the very latest. Miguel, just horrible news to receive.
Yeah, a sad update this morning from West Deptford.
Again, let me let the people watch this, because a lot of people won't know what's. Let me enlarge this so people think like we're making this up. I'm just enlarging this right here, so it will tell me who's in the mess right now.
Police, they told us that the 4 people that were managed to leave the home, including the baby, go to the hospital. They had reported 1 person missing, a 5th member of that family. Police now telling us the 54-year-old woman died from the smoke and from the fire here. We do know 2 homes were affected by the flames. Take a look. You can see crews still working out here. They've been periodically spraying some more water on the homes, trying to put out hot spots. Now, the flames, they completely engulfed the homes, leaving little except ash and rubble. We spoke to neighbors about the intensity of these flames.
The heat was so intense that as soon as I opened the door, you could feel it. And it looked like daytime. And it's pretty intense. That was a 2-story house. And now it's gone. It's gone.
Now take a look. This is video from overnight when the firefighters were responding. You can see the flames burning through the two homes, smoke flying into the air. Again, 4 people were transported to Cooper Hospital, including a 1-month-old baby. Neighbors told me that they spoke to them, that they are recovering in the hospital, but they didn't manage to get out with any belongings from the home. Now, they did report 1 family member again missing. They could not find them. Police now saying that the 54-year-old woman died from smoke and fire. 3 people from the other home, the second home, they were able to escape. Firefighters, they focused their response on the 2 homes, but a 3rd home was also damaged. Crews were able to get the 3-alarm fire under control by around 7 a.m. That 3rd home that was damaged, still habitable, so not terrible damage there. But real estate records do show that one of the homes sold several months ago. Neighbors said the home had also been recently renovated. Now it's gone.
How quick it went. And 2 houses. I mean, it's with no wind, but like you said, the heat. I guess they were so close together. It's a shame. I feel sorry for the families. Yeah.
Again, the heat so intense that there are still hot spots. There are still areas that you can see crews are working to put out, spraying water on right now. Now, we know that the investigation, that's going to take a while longer as to what exactly started these fires. I'll send it back to you. I'm Miguel Martinez-Valle, NBC 10 News.
All praises to the Most High. Forgive me, brethren, you didn't hear too much commentary with me because, like, you know, family is over there. And I can't stop the video. If I stop, it's just going to take me too long to do this. I was supposed to be done by this, but there's so many things going on. As you can see, Miguel, a.k.a. Michael, in the midst, a woman dies, a forehead in New Jersey house fire. And like we said before, okay, this is plague number 2. Okay, fiery conflagration of the cities. It's pretty much everywhere. A lot of people are being no more. Now, this woman that is no more, they will find a ways to say, oh, well, she went into for a vacation. And then most likely, I'm not quite sure, I didn't listen, but I will assume that she had a job. Okay, she can't go to her job, therefore will cause a shortage, so to speak. And then they're gonna say, okay, well, okay, we need somebody to replace her. You mean like the people that are no more because of the plague? See, there's a lot of people that are being no more, not because of the plague only, but because of other things, and they are not reporting those things, okay? All right, so let us keep on moving, brethren. Okay, those things are not happening last year or 2 years or a couple months or even a week ago. This is 2 days ago, okay? All praises. Let us keep on moving, brethren, okay?
And tonight, we're learning more about the man who allegedly set a cop car on fire in front of a South Florida synagogue. Police say the arsonist recorded the attack and posted it on Instagram. That helped police track him down. Local 10's Ian Margle is live with why the accused firebug says he did it. Ian.
His name is Brian Bocage. He's here from this area. He's 21 years old. He's now facing multiple arson charges, and that's because he's suspected in not only this case with the Lauderhill police car, but actually another arson case from right here in our area.
Your attorney is invoking your right to remain silent. That means you don't talk to anybody about the case. And when I say anybody, I mean anybody without your attorney present. Do you understand? Yes. Okay, just as long as you understand.
21-year-old Brian Bocage now charged with multiple counts of arson, criminal mischief, and possessing and manufacturing firebombs after police say he set this Lauderhill police car on fire while it was sitting in the parking lot of the Inverary Chabad.
We're glad that he's off the streets and not a danger to society.
Video from Bocage's own Instagram account appears to show a first-hand view of the arson. You can see in this clip someone dumping an accelerant on the police car before setting it on fire. And in a disturbing twist to his case, his social media page shows several other similar acts as well. In this clip, someone throws what appear to be Molotov cocktail-like firebombs at the North Lauderdale Veterans Memorial.
Be not afraid of them.
And in this clip, they do the same at a Civil War monument in Tennessee. So Bocage doesn't have much of a criminal history before this, but according to his arrest form from this case, he did admit to police that he used gasoline to help start that fire. He says he wasn't trying to target police or the Jewish community. He says he knew that the car was empty and that no one would be hurt. As for why he did it, though, he says he spoke with God and God told him to.
That is because it's the truth. Okay, that is because it's the truth. We're not making this up, okay? When we told you they are when we told the people there are spirits out there telling people to do things, that is because it is the truth. Men accused of multiple arsons, and Broward says God spoke to him. God told him to do it, okay? All right, let's listen to this again, all right? He could be a brother. He could be a brother in the truth, okay?
The Jewish community, he says he knew that the car was empty and that no one would be hurt. As for why he did it, though, he says he spoke with God and God told him to. He is now being held on bond of more than $160,000.
Okay, so let me see this dude. He had an Instagram, right? Brian Bocage, 21 years old. We already know this. Brian Bocage, Instagram, 21 years old. You know what that is. Brian Bocage, Instagram. See what do he have here. That's, and out of all the people, they give us this dude anyway, so probably they took his Instagram down. Okay, well, let's read a little bit to see if he's one of the brother. Okay, well, that's the guy. I can't read anything with this freaking thing anyway. A man accused of setting fire to a veterans memorial in an empty police car facing multiple we call himself setting fire. Brian Bocage, 21 Thursday incident, Lauderhill Synagogue. Okay, Bocage was caught surveillance camera, Northwest. What did he say? Official says vandalism synagogue likely earlier they had placed one of their older cars in the parking lot as a deterrent. Officials say Bocage is laid an object. Okay. According to an arrest, he in custody, Bocage admitted to set 2 fires, saying God spoke to him that he was doing his work. Okay. Okay, so where's his Instagram though? Those people make these things so hard to find. Yeah, that's the only Dr. Brian Bocage, you got to be kidding me, man. Let's try Lauderhill cop car on fire. No result. Let's see, cop car. Okay. Those are, God, I despise social media. But anyway, so yeah, it's you can't find here. So yeah, I'm not quite sure, but it seems like this fellow, God told him to do this, and then he did it. So yeah, we give the Most High great praise, great glory. Let's keep on moving.
It's a stunning sight. Thousands of packages stolen right off of trains. If your UPS or Amazon package hasn't arrived, it might be somewhere here in this mess, discarded on a Union Pacific Railroad track near downtown LA. As freight trains slow down or come to a halt, the thieves leap on board with bolt cutters, open giant containers, and take whatever they want. This is what they leave behind, all these boxes, some empty, some not. Look, this box was full of COVID home testing kits, a precious product tough to buy at many pharmacies. This bag held a bunch of UPS packages bound for homes across America. This Amazon envelope wasn't even opened. The thieves just tossed it away. Some of these boxes contained retail goods bound for America's empty store shelves. This track strewn with boxes stretches as far as you can see in both directions. This entire area was cleaned up in mid-December, which means that all of this came from train robberies in just the last month. And these are UPS and Amazon packages bound for all over the U.S. I see Everett, Washington. I see Portland, Oregon, Phoenix, Arizona, Stockton, California, on and on and on.
Now, why is that? What seems to be the issue here? For people to open other people's mail, this is a federal crime. Let me see. Is that what that is? Is it a federal crime to open a mail?
Here's a summary from Find Law. Yes, it is a federal crime to open or destroy mail that is not intended for you. If you intentionally open or destroy someone else's mail, you are committing obstruction of correspondence, which is a felony.
A felony. Is that what that is? What are the judgment?
According to Wikipedia, in law, a judgment.
What are the punishment for breaking a federal law? There's so much. Okay. What are the violation and penalties for committing a federal felony?
According to Neil Davis Law Firm, a crime that's a Class A federal felony is the worst, with a maximum prison term of life in prison and a maximum fine of $250,000.
Is that what that is?
A Class C federal felony involves a prison term of more than 1 year but less than 5 years and a maximum fine of $5,000.
Is that what that is? A violation and penalties for committing a felony, a federal felony. Is that what I had? A federal felony. So that's, I'm not quite sure. I'm not a lawyer, Bridget. I'm just doing research. So a maximum term of life in prison and a $250,000 fine for doing this. This is a big crime right there. Not only one, but all of them. And let's listen what happened.
So what are cops doing? This video shows a police officer chasing suspects off the tracks, but he didn't make an arrest. A Union Pacific spokesman
They make sure they show your brother doing this so they say that he's incompetent. But anyway.
Told Inside Edition, while criminals are being caught and arrested, charges are reduced to a misdemeanor or petty offense.
Misdemeanor and petty offense? Wait, you mean to tell me from a crime, a Class A felony, from a felony to petty crime, a misdemeanor and a petty crime right here, as the person is back on the streets in less than 24 hours after paying a nominal fine, or define nominal. Define nominal.
Here's the definition of nominal, of a role or status existing in name only.
A normal, a normal fine, like economic fine, like a formal and informal, a little bit of money. Whatever fine they fine them for petty crimes.
And the person is back on the streets in less than 24 hours after paying a nominal fine. In fact, criminals boast to our officers that there is no consequence. And the 21st century version of the Great Train Robbery goes on and on.
So, what seems to be the problem here? What seems to be the issue here? Why you don't see the government making a big deal about it? Why you don't see this all over the news? Why didn't it make the news? Why don't you see people are saying we gotta get tough on crime? We gotta build more prison. This is unacceptable. This is a felony federal crime. Life in prison. We have go tough on criminal, tough on crime. A war on mail, war on thieves. Just like you used to hear war on drugs. You wanna know why? Because we are no longer the target. Because blacks are no longer the target when it comes to things like that, because they are not doing this. It's not like because the prisons are filled. Well, the prisons are filled with them, but listen.
Came from train robberies in just the last month. And these are UPS and Amazon packages bound for all over the U.S. I see Everett, Washington. I see Portland, Oregon, Phoenix, Arizona.
So those things are going places. This is a federal crime to open them. Was it a U.S. post office or postal or whatever? But they should have U.S. postal in there. So now what you see in here again is Amazon keep getting hit all Amazon is getting hit all over, Bridget. All over. Okay, is that thing even recording right now? Is it recording? Yes, it is. Amazon is getting hit all over. All right, they are losing money. They're gonna have to pay for this, man. Okay? Things like that, brothers, it's unheard of. If they did saw the statistics or the data that they had or they have would show this thing was committed by our brethren, oh boy, you will have all sort of laws. You will have all sort of helicopters in the sky and cops is all over, special agent, ATF, FBI, CIA, all sort of things coming over there, forming a task force and all that, go up and down. But why? The Most High literally cut the access through the ley line. You know those trains, they travel to the ley line. Now you have things like that happen. Nobody's saying anything. And when they get those so-called thieves, they just put them in prison, well, in jail for less than 24 hours. They make them pay the fee. And then they release them. And those guys busted. There's literally no crime. And they are thieves. They do what thieves does. They just go over there and start robbing, swagger jacking everything. You mean to tell me somebody come over there and swagger jack all those stuff and then they get reduced to misdemeanor and a petty crime? Is that what that is? Instead of a felony, a federal felony crime. Where is this country is leading now, man? You see how those people, they lost the power? It's not like they could not stop it. They cannot stop it because, one, they don't have any more cops. See the cop that they show your brother. They barely have any more police officers. Not only police officers, they could have hired personal security guards or stuff. They can't. They're broke. All that you see is a shenanigan. It's just a front. Those people are broke. They have nothing going on. Their blessing is gone. That's how all those things is happening. And if you're a criminal or a thief, this is a good place for you to be, man. So many stuff over there. All praises.
It's difficult to watch. A teen mom drives up to the dumpster.
Excuse me. We bought this before, okay? There are a little bit more information in this, all right? So you will see that when you see things like that happen, we are not making this up, all right? Watch this.
Back seat is her newborn, stuffed in a trash bag. Then you see her coldly tossing the baby boy right into the dumpster, like garbage. She drives off, apparently not realizing every move she made was captured on surveillance camera. It's 36 degrees in Hobbs, New Mexico, but the story doesn't end there. Nightfall comes. That same surveillance camera captures a miracle. As 3 dumpster divers scavenge for goods, suddenly they hear what they think is a cat. They retrieve the garbage bag. Miraculously, the baby is alive. You see the woman taking charge, her maternal instincts kicking in. She cradles the baby. You even see her kiss the infant. They call 911.
911, where is your emergency?
We just found the baby in the trash.
Is it breathing?
Yes, ma'am. He still got his umbilical cord. He's whimpering. He was not crying, actually.
The woman in the video seen comforting the child is April Natal.
She could have took him to the hospital, took him to a church, took him somewhere other than throwing him away like a piece of trash.
You won't believe how many times things like that happen. You won't believe that. It happened on a daily basis. This one is the one that they caught. You won't believe how many times those people have those little innocent kids. They just throw them away like trash, like garbage, because they don't care. She's 18. She was all over the floor, all over the wall, all over the town, baking and all that. The moment she found out she's pregnant, just take the baby, throw it away. I don't care.
The teen mom was quickly tracked down. She is 18-year-old Alexia Avila.
Her name is Alexia Avila. Or Avalon. Is that what that is? Well, put the name in there. Just put the 18-year-old mom. Ah, boy. Let me see. Let me do a little research here. 18-year-old mom. Newborn son. Let's do a little research and see the name of it. There you go. Fox News always gave you the good stuff. Okay, Avila, Alexis, well, they say Alexia, but Alexis Avila of Hobbs allegedly threw her baby boy. Okay, let's see, what does Avila mean? Okay, we know who's in the midst when they say Alexis, all praises. Crap. What does the name Avila mean? No, not Evelyn.
Here's a summary from Baby Names. The name Evelyn is primarily a female name of
there you go.
According to House of Names,
Village.
the Avila surname is a Portuguese and Galician name from de villa, meaning from a town or village.
Okay, from a town or village, a villa. Oops. Okay, up. All right. Alexis, Alexander, Michael in the midst, from a town. Okay, she just threw the baby away. All praises. All right, now we got the name correct. Okay, oops. All right, let's keep on listening. Okay, she's of course 18. 1 plus 8. Okay, 1 plus 8.
Avila, and now faces attempted murder and child abuse charges. She reportedly delivered the baby earlier that day in the bathroom at home. The baby has now been named Saul.
You can't make this up. They named the baby Saul. You can't make that up, brothers. They named the baby Saul.
Terrible beginning, and saved by 3 dumpster divers who made the most precious find of their lives.
All praises, man. All of these are messages. Saul wasn't a good king, man. Saul was the ultimate enemy of David. All praises, man. Crazy.
Well, we have some breaking news to tell you about. A domestic homicide investigation is unfolding in Montgomery County. A mother is now dead and a father is now in custody. This happened outside of a bank in the Colesville area of Silver Spring. And Fox Eye Sierra Fox was first on the scene, and she joins us now live with the details. Sierra.
Good evening, Rob. Well, Montgomery County police say that a husband ran over his wife in this Capital One Bank parking lot behind me around noon. Just take a look at this unfolding scene here along New Hampshire Avenue in Silver Spring. Police tell us a 59-year-old woman went into the bank to take care of some business, and when she came outside, her 59-year-old husband was in a white SUV. They say he first slammed into a front column of the Capital One Bank, then ran over his wife before knocking over a light pole in the parking lot, which the vehicle is still stuck on top of. No one was in the SUV, and the suspect is in custody being questioned by investigators. Right now, family is being notified, so at this time, the name of the victim has not been released. According to police, there was no exchange of words, an argument, or fight prior to the wife being killed, and it's not clear what led up to this deadly incident. Just to express the
Wolf Drive. Tell me what tribe that has the symbol of the wolf. Which tribe, which son of Jacob that has the little wolf in the book of I believe in the book of Genesis, and then they say they're like a raven wolf. Okay, tell me whose tribe is in this guy. Husband runs over, kills wife at Maryland Bank. Police says, we don't know what happened here. What the hell? Was it the ley line? Or was it the argument? This is literally, hey, honey, I didn't see you get out of the bank, and then I didn't see her. Now they just find out like the wife just signed a life insurance. I don't know. They till now they don't know what happened. Wait, they had this happen yesterday. They probably have an update, but let's listen and then we'll go for the update.
The magnitude of the scene out here, a woman just approached me and asked, is this a movie? Is a movie being shot here? Now, police do want the community to know there is no threat, and this was an isolated incident, and they tell me they will remain out here for the next couple of hours.
All right, well, let's see what's happening here. Man, Fox News, Washington, D.C.? Oh, this is Maryland, of course. I thought that was like Washington, Seattle. But anyway, let's see what happened here. Okay, they still have no update. It's just those things are happening so fast and so much, they really can't bring anything in there. They really bring any updates. Okay, then all praises. Let's keep on. Let's keep on moving.
First at 10, a dramatic crime spree across 3 states comes to an end right here in the Valley.
A man accused of breaking out of jail, then shooting a police officer, now in custody tonight after a takedown at a QT near 27th Avenue in Northern.
This is the brand new mugshot. ABC 15's Venton Blandon joining us live. And Vinny, quite a chain of events here.
Okay. What? No. What is this? Let me see.
First at 10, a dramatic crime spree across 3 states comes to an end right here in the Valley.
A man accused of breaking out of jail, then shooting a police officer, now in custody tonight after a takedown at a QT near 27th Avenue in Northern.
This.
Good Lord. Elias Buck. You see, this is the typical buck-tooth scumbag money. Oh man, all praises, man. Yo, you can't make this up. This is the typical method, backwarded scumbag, Elias Bucktooth Monster. This is the typical monster, man. This is the Elias. Wait, was it? Wait, hang on. Excuse me. Elias from the Bible.
Elijah. According to Britannica, Elijah, also spelled Elias or Elia, Hebrew Eliyahu, Hebrew prophet who ranks with Moses in saving the religion of Yahweh from being corrupted by the nature worship of Baal. Elijah's name means Yahweh is my God, and is spelled Elias in some versions of the Bible.
Okay, so, you know, the Heavenly Father, you know, His Majesty is my God, Yahweh, Yahuwah is my God. Look at this dude. That's why this Elias. Look at Elias' face, man. All those bullet holes, or what is this? Blood? What is that?
This is the brand new mugshot. ABC 15's Venton Blandon joining us live. And Vinny, quite a chain of events here.
It is, Katie and Steve, and I want to tell you, this was a dangerous spree from Colorado to New Mexico, eventually winding up here at this Phoenix Quick Trip. Now, officers tracked this guy across 3 states, and tonight we have the video showing those dramatic moments in between, and we have a warning. What you're about to see is intense. This view coming from an officer's body camera in Farmington, New Mexico.
Hi, guys. I'm Officer Brett of Farmington Police. Where are you guys coming from?
The officer approaching 2 people connected to a possible DUI investigation.
Do me a favor, both of you guys take a seat right there, right? Being detained? Yeah, you are. Why?
Seconds later, though, ABC 15 pauses the video. The officer is shot.
Floor 107, shots fired, officer down. Fairview and 30th, I'm shot.
You see how fast it goes. You see, you know, the officer just walks up and makes contact and asks them, you know, where they're coming.
Okay, let me tell you something, Steve. The reason why the officer was very calm, he didn't pull up his gun. Get on the ground, get on the ground, get on the ground. You guys on down, rest and stuff, get on the ground. The reason why he didn't shot this guy like at 50 feet away because he wasn't black. because he wasn't. If he was a black man that tried to walk away like this, he would have shot and killed this guy in a blink of an eye, in a fraction of a second. Because he looked at him, he looked like one of those guys, and then his hand was, look at the guy's hand, okay? Look at the, what happened? Oh, they finally sent that thing?
It was in the mailbox. I told him to go check the mail.
All right then. Okay, this one fit or is it too tight? Okay, all right then. All right then, good. All right, there you go.
To a possible DUI investigation.
Do me a favor, both you guys take a seat right there, right? Detained? Yeah, you are.
No, I'm just looking.
Why?
See, okay, see, he had his hand from, look at this dude coming over here with his hand already like this. If it was a black dude, he would have been already dead like a mile away. Look at this.
DUI investigation.
Do me a favor, both you guys take a seat right there, right? Detained? Yeah, you are. Why?
Seconds later, though, ABC 15 pauses the video. The officer is shot.
Yeah.
4107, shots fired, officer down. Fairview and 30th, I'm shot.
You see how fast it goes. You see, the officer just walks up and makes contact and asks them, where they're coming from, and within a few seconds, the guy's shooting the officer.
The Farmington police chief identifying the accused shooter as Elias Buck. Turns out the chief says he had just escaped from a jail in Colorado.
I'll be honest, I'm tired. I think our department is tired.
That is dumb, man. That is dumb. You just escaped from a jail in Colorado. Just take it easy, drive home. They have to celebrate getting drunk and stuff, and then they get involved in a crash.
A lot of stress on the agency.
Fast forward days later, and police here in Phoenix tracking the 22-year-old down at the Quick Trip here 27th Avenue in Northern.
It's really been something to watch here over the last week, is to see all the different agencies that wind up coming from long distances in some cases to assist us.
The chief revealed something about the arrest here in the Valley that surprised even him.
I really wouldn't have even thought in Phoenix that our incident would have played, but somebody called in a tip to them, and honestly, in the middle of the night, while all of us were asleep, Phoenix police officers were scrambling out there to make an arrest on a dangerous guy that had already shot a cop.
The officer was shot in the arm, and he is now recovering. Now, as for why Buck was in jail in the first place, we're told that he is accused of stealing a car in Colorado. Tonight, he's facing a new round of charges.
All praises, man. Crazy things going on out there.
Also at 10, more on a helicopter crash out of Lafourche Parish. Officials say they do not believe there were any survivors. It happened near the west side of the South Lafourche levee system. WDSU News reporter Shea O'Connor has the latest.
Yes, such a very tragic situation. Parish officials say that they believe that the pilot and passenger on board have unfortunately died in the crash.
It appears at this time that there are no survivors. The majority of the helicopter is submerged in the marsh.
The crash reportedly happened about 10 a.m. Friday. Reported by a Good Samaritan who saw the helicopter get really low and never come up, just near Galliano. We're told a pilot and passenger were on board.
I just ask all of us to join in prayer for the family members of the pilot and the crew. It's going to be a tough night for them as they realize the loss of a loved one. It's never easy to make those calls.
Lafourche Parish officials say NTSB and FAA will take over the investigation into the cause of the crash, with search crews also helping in finding the bodies believed to be under the waterline. Parish officials saying they will work with RSC, the owner of the helicopter, and in assisting with anything needed throughout the investigation.
There's a small debris field about 150 yards away, which appears to be some of the fuselage and maybe part of the rotor. So that will all be part of the NTSB's investigation to collect all of that and ultimately figure out what exactly happened.
The ley line happened. As you can see, brothers, every single day an airplane or aircraft fell off, and those things barely made the news, okay? They barely. This is like, I don't know. Is it in Louisiana Parish? Lafourche Parish. Let me see where that thing at. Yeah, Louisiana. I know this. Lafourche, I mean, yeah, it has to be in Louisiana. So anyway, yeah, this thing keep happening, and then those people, they're like, okay, this happening because all the pilots were drunk or they were friends with Jabba the Hutt.
And when it comes to the identities of the victims, officials tell us that they're notifying family members as we speak, so we should know those identities very soon. Reporting from Lafourche Parish, Shay O'Connor, WDSU News.
All praises well. So we give the Most High praises and glory. Let us keep on moving.
Dog is missing. The bear got her.
Bear got
and the
her.
bear got the dog.
All right, we have rescue coming to check you out, okay?
He's a big bear.
So, video shows deputy responding to woman after bear
just
attack.
one bear.
Just one big old bear?
One big old bear.
Okay.
Hey there, can you tell me where you're hurting at?
Over here and in my back. He got me up. He kind
got
of like
her.
jumpy in my. When I was running, he jumped me and he threw me on the floor.
Flashlight 50?
I heard her screaming from down the road. It was awful.
Where'd the bear last run off to?
That way.
That way?
I was.
So, wild beasts will be their grave again. Plague number 7 right here. Wild beasts will be their graves. Okay, you have those people being grieved by all sort of things. Bear being attacking them, pigs, all sort of animals. And then we give the Most High great praise, great glory, man. Let us keep on moving.
Thank you. Now to breaking news we're tracking in Southwest Houston. A shooting left a 15-year-old girl dead. Her family says the violence happened while she was out walking the dog.
We are also told the teenager was shot 22 times.
Wow.
Brittany Jeffers is live on the story near the teen's home, which is on Park Manor and Markwood Lane. Brittany, good morning.
And good morning to you. An absolutely devastating case. I spoke with the family members about an hour ago who are truly heartbroken. They tell me the victim in this case, 15-year-old Diamond Alvarez, they tell me that she'd left the home. She was out walking in the area, taking the family dog for a walk around 8 o'clock, but she never came back. Instead, family members tell me they found her in this field, shot to death. This morning, you can see a memorial starting to grow in her honor. Now, if you take a look, the family shared this photo with us. This is 15-year-old Diamond. They say a sophomore at Madison High School. Her mother and
Again, Madison, okay? As you can see, the whole Madison thing keep popping up. Madison, all praises.
and stepfather tell me that she walks the family dog Peanut out here in this field every day. The family lives just a few blocks from here, and they say that it was the dog who alerted them that Diamond was in trouble.
He's the one who let us know something was wrong because he's the one who went in the door and we knew that when he came back on his own, that something was wrong.
Houston police tell us that they were called out to the scene in Southwest Houston around 9:30 last night. They say victim died at the scene, and at this point they have not identified any suspects other than that the shooter may have been in a dark-colored vehicle heading northbound. Now, family members out here this morning tell me that they want answers, and they want whoever is responsible for this to turn themselves in immediately.
I try CPR.
Oh, come on. Come on, man. CPR 22 times, man. It's probably that was a machine gun. Somebody targeted her. I'm not quite sure what's going on because sometimes those 15-year-old, you think like, hey, she's a 15-year-old girl, and in fact, she was a 15-year-old woman. You know, say something online and get involved with the one guy, and then a girl was jealous of her and, you know, just killed her for no reason. But we know for a fact this is a plague number 9, execution by the sword. It's all over, brethren. As you can see, man, the Gentiles are catching hell.
Couldn't bring her back.
Whoever shot this girl for 22 times on the back, they cowards.
Yeah, that mean like whoever did this know her and then shot her 22 times in the back, you know? Like, you know, know her and then shot her 22 times in the back, man. This is crazy.
And that is the message that the family has for the gunman at this point. Again, no suspects have been identified and no arrests in this case. So as far as the investigation is concerned, Houston police say this morning they'll be checking to see if there's any surveillance cameras in the area that may have caught that vehicle. But in the meantime, they are asking the public, if you have any information as to what may have happened, please contact them immediately. Live in Southwest Houston this morning, I'm Brittany Jeffers, KPRC 2 News.
Brittany, thank you.
Yeah, 22 times is no joke, man. Damn. All praises to the Most High, man. Crazy.
Interstate 10 in Hancock County at the Mississippi-Louisiana state line bridge was shut down this morning for hours. This is the damage. Troopers say a semi-truck carrying several new vehicles heading west on Interstate 10 collided with the concrete bridge railing. The driver fortunately escaped all of this unharmed. We're told all 7 cars there burned, including the semi and the trailer. The bridge was closed as crews deemed it safe for travel, and it has since reopened.
All praises to the Most High, man. Ley line, crazy, crazy things, man.
Now, we begin with a developing story we first brought you as breaking news this morning. El Paso police have confirmed that a woman is dead after a train crashed into her car. Now, this happened last night just before midnight at Stan Roberts and Dyer in Northeast El Paso. Police say 33-year-old Diana Saray Vasquez did not stop at the stop sign at the intersection and went over a dirt beam. She then came to a stop on the railroad tracks, and officials say a Union Pacific train struck her car. She was transported to UMC where she died. Now, the investigation is still ongoing, and police say this is the second traffic fatality of the year compared to 3 last year.
3 last year to 2020, 2021. Last year they had 3. 2022 just began. We still in January. You already have 2, and then you got 11 more months to go. You can't make this up, brothers. All praises to the Most High.
Developing right now, trouble on the tracks in Miami. A family was nearly impaled when their SUV was hit by a bright line train. A mother and her daughter.
Bright line in the mist. Bright line. Oh, ley line train. Bright line, man, always in the mist. Bridget, this is not something that happened like 5-6 days ago. This happened. This happened yesterday, man. Yesterday. Yeah, January 14. Okay. I don't know. I'm just watching this. Let's listen to this again about Bright Line.
Developing right now, trouble on the tracks in Miami. A family was nearly impaled when their SUV was hit by a bright line train. A mother and her daughter somehow making it out okay. And then paramedics found that the only way to get an elderly passenger out was through the trunk. Local 10's Christina Vasquez is live with it all. Christina.
And within just the past hour, we've obtained new cell phone video, and the video you are about to see really demonstrates how close of a call this was. Cell phone video capturing the moment an oncoming Brightline train clips a white SUV on the tracks of 20th Street and North Miami Avenue. Watch closely as the car spins. It collides into the railroad crossing pole. These pictures show you what a close call this was for the driver. The front windshield impaled by a safety guardrail that cuts across the top of the steering wheel out the driver's side window. On the passenger side, shattered glass and a concaved door frame. In this video, a person races to the car and begins tugging at the door. Incredibly, fire rescue says all 3 who were inside are expected to be okay.
This accident today, they were very lucky.
Miami Fire Rescue said the driver, an adult woman, was driving her elderly parents. When fire rescue arrived, all but 1 were safely outside the car. Of the 3, 2 transported to Jackson with non-life-threatening injuries. This comes following last month's tragic incident in Aventura. Officials said 2 people died when the driver of this car went around the lowered gates, colliding with the train. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the number of drivers going around lowered gates has increased in recent years.
Oh my God!
When Witnesses to this morning's incident said what drew their attention to the tracks was the blaring of the train horn, longer and more sustained, they said, than usual. While police detectives worked to piece together the events leading up to this impact,
we ask that anybody who perhaps saw something to come forward and provide us with this information.
You got to be kidding me. Somebody that saw something, they literally, that's what happened every single week. Every single week. Bright line, we told you the ley line was very active. Those people don't know what they are doing. The ley line blinded them. They are entering vortex. The reason you cannot see them because you do not have quote unquote nin ability. Your third eye is closed. We can see this, but they can't. This is not normal, okay? This isn't normal, brothers, okay? Bright line again, man.
Something to come forward and provide us with this information.
Miami Fire Rescue with a message tonight for all drivers.
Always treat a train track like if there's a train coming.
And a Brightline spokesperson says as far as they understand it to be, the driver was sitting on the tracks and not moving before what you see in that video. The train comes and then clips the car. They also said that the passengers that were on board at the time were hurt. Reporting live for you tonight, I'm Christina Vasquez.
All praises, man. I'm about tired of people taking their driver license test in the front yard of thinking they can be on the street. I hate the way the train hide behind trees and just sneak up on you like that. Funny things, people are going to blame the train. Way too many unlicensed drivers in our world, and they don't know what's going on. Driver was stupid. You can buff that out right there by old ATI in 1995. Y'all Cuban gotta chill. This is why we can have nice things. A visual representation of a Biden presidency. Yeah. The ley line. You can see bright line is still in the mist, brethren, okay? All the time. Literally every single week that thing hits that thing hits somebody, man. Bright line still in the mist. All praises. We told you it's the ley line. You people cannot travel. At one point, train won't be able to run at all. All praises.
Deadly drive-by shooting in southwest Miami-Dade.
The heavy barrage of bullets caught on camera, and we're learning children were in the car. Let's get right to local 10's Joseph Ojo, live on scene with what we know now. Joseph.
And hours after this all happened at 5:30, you can see behind me still a very active scene. Multiple Miami-Dade police officers on scene, as well as homicide investigators, really trying to figure out what led up to this deadly ambush. Shot after shot fired into a Toyota Camry, leaving one man dead Friday night.
Once officers arrived is when they discovered in a Toyota Camry four-door the driver that apparently was suffering from apparent gunshot wounds.
Sky 10 from above, capturing the victim still inside the car covered by a yellow tarp. Police say the man was trying to make a right turn, heading eastbound at the intersection of Southwest 152nd Street and 127th Avenue, when a four-door gray Lexus came up and fired multiple rounds into the driver's side door of the Toyota Camry. Police then say the Lexus drove off westbound on Southwest 152nd Street, and they are still looking for the suspect or suspects at this time. The driver pronounced dead at the scene.
Inside the victim's vehicle, in the front seat, there was a one-year-old child in a car seat.
Oh, boy.
That easily could have been struck by gunfire and taken his life. And as a matter of fact, his birthday is today.
Thankfully, the one-year-old in the front seat was not injured, and there was also a 5-year-old and a woman in the back seat that were also not hurt. Multiple cases could be seen on the ground, forcing nearby businesses and the testing site at Miami Zoo to close for the rest of the night.
Well, why would this woman was in the back with the 5-year-old and the baby, the 1-year-old was in the front seat? Is that what that is? Let me hear this again. Let me hear this.
Still looking for the suspect or suspects at this time. The driver pronounced dead at the scene.
Inside the victim's vehicle, in the front seat, there was a 1-year-old child in a...
Okay, in the front seat, there was a 1-year-old kid in there.
Car seat.
In the car
that
seat?
Easily could have been struck by gunfire and taken his life. And as a matter of fact, his birthday is today.
Thankfully, the 1-year-old in the front seat was not injured, and there was also a 5-year-old and a woman in the back seat that were also not hurt.
Okay, they put the child in the... this is very confusing, but anyway.
Multiple cases could be seen on the ground, forcing nearby businesses and the testing site at Miami Zoo to close for the rest of the night.
Most are grieving them. You know, COVID-19 test places was closed. All places.
Confronted in a random attack and left for dead. A horrific crime leaves a community on edge. Now a hunt for a killer.
Neighbors and even LAPD detectives are rattled by the brutality of this crime. The suspect later seen just calmly walking away. Good evening, welcome to Fox 11 News at 5. I'm Alex Michelson.
And I'm Maura Lateas here for Christine Devine. Fox 11's Haley Winslow, she's been on top of this story since it first broke and has spoken to the family of Brianna Kupfer.
She's live from where it happened. And Haley, the details here are just heart-wrenching.
They sure are, and the devastation that her family is going through is absolutely horrific. LAPD and her family tell me that they don't believe the two knew each other at all, that this was random, that they think the guy was homeless. I mean, it really could have been anyone. LAPD has been back out here all day canvassing the area, trying to find this guy and figure out the motive. Meanwhile, her family is trying to figure out how they're going to go on without her. Random, brutal, senseless.
I feel gutted that this girl her life was snuffed.
24-year-old Brianna Kupfer was a UCLA grad student studying architectural design. The Pacific Palisades resident was working as a design consultant at Croft House, a high-end furniture store in the Fairfax district. New York interior designer Lisa Finkenstadt works with Croft often.
I was just hoping to come to the store to visit, and I can't believe the news. It's so terrible. It's really upsetting. I've emailed with her a few times. She's a good salesperson, and it's just really upsetting.
At about 1:30 Thursday afternoon, Kupfer was alone in the store at La Brea and Beverly. LAPD says a homeless man went in and stabbed her to death. About 20 minutes later, a customer came in and found her on the floor.
So things like that happen, man. And as you can see, the Mossad is grieving those people throughout their businesses, their home. They are not safe anywhere. And these things usually happen in the hood. Now they happen in a high-end store or whatever places, because what happened over there in LA or all around this country, they let a lot of those people that were supposed to be, well, not locked up in a place. They were supposed to be in a place that provide treatment for them. Well, Ronald Reagan back in the 80s closed all those places down. So now you got madness running around because they know the blessing is done. And then why would they spend time trying to save those guys? They just let those guys walking around and things happen. Or it could be somebody that she know, or the ex-boyfriend dressed like a homeless dude, do this and try to blame it on the homeless. You know, could be that.
Detectives say this is the suspect they need your help finding. Last seen on surveillance walking through the back alley of the businesses toward Oakwood Avenue. Police describe the suspected murderer as a tall, thin black man wearing all dark clothing at the time of the crime. Hoodie, sunglasses, skinny jeans, shoes, and his backpack.
This guy is not homeless. He's nowhere and no way homeless, or he's nowhere near to be a black man. He is not. This is a typical description of some guys that was doing something targeted. This guy is not black at all, nor he is homeless. This most likely somebody that know her.
Wearing a white N95 mask.
The stuff that's happening on Melrose, Fairfax, I don't like it at all. I just wanted to be the way how it used to be.
Yeah, like back to normal. Okay, freak want freak want things to go back to normal the way it used to be. And you can see, look watch Freak talking. You can see the nervousness in him.
And his backpack, wearing a white N95 mask.
The stuff that's happening on Melrose, Fairfax, I don't.
Bradley's like, yo, man, the stuff that happened here, man, you know, I want things to get back to normal, man.
Like it at all. I just wanted to be the way how it used to be.
Yeah, you know, back to
Kupfer
normal.
went to Brentwood High School and the universities of Miami and Sydney. Her dad describes her as their sweet angel, smart, devoted to her family, with lots of friends, big dreams, and her whole life ahead of her.
As a mom, just grief-stricken.
Kupfer was extremely close to her parents, her two brothers, and her sister was her best friend. If you have any information, please help LAPD find this person before he hurts somebody else. You can also remain anonymous and call Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-800-222-TIPS.
As you can see, brothers, plague number 9, this thing is escalating. Execution by the sword. A lot of people are being no moment. Okay, of course, this woman had a job. She was working over here. What happened? The water machine, you push it outside? What, you can't throw this away, it's working.
And a businessman and school advisory board member in Gary, Indiana, shot and killed early this morning in his own bar.
Oh,
police now trying to figure out what led to the killing of a man that Gary's mayor describes tonight as respected throughout the city.
WGN's Mike Lowe is live at Gary Police Headquarters with the very latest for us. Mike?
Ray and Micah, good evening to both of you. This was a double shooting. The surviving victim is being treated at a Gary hospital.
Mike Lowe, Gary, Indiana. Thank you, Mike, for reporting and giving the report. Thank you, Mike, for reporting.
This was a double shooting. The surviving victim is being treated at a Gary hospital. And tonight, Gary police detectives are hoping that that man can help them untangle the mystery of why someone killed Norman Bailey.
For something like this to happen, it's very sad, man. It's real sad.
As snow flurries filled the night sky over the Blue Room Bar in Gary, longtime patron Carrie Crawford says the chilling reality is that his favorite hangout is now a murder scene.
It was like a big family in here, you know what I'm saying? Like Cheers, everybody knows your name, you know what I mean? It was this type of establishment it was like home, you know what I mean? A home away from home.
Gary police detectives say gunshots rang out just before 3 in the morning at this bar located at 224 East 16th Avenue. And when police detectives arrived, they found bar owner Norman Bailey lying on the floor.
Norman was like a pillar to the city. He was a good guy, you know what I'm saying? He'd give his shirt off his back for you. You know what I'm saying? If you need it. He was helping any and everybody.
Bailey was a 60-year-old businessman who served on the Gary School Board and volunteered his time around the city. Tonight, Dr. Paige McNulty, the manager for the Gary Community School Corporation, said in a written statement that his passion for youth and love for community were signature traits of his character. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family and all of those whose lives he touched. And Gary Mayor Jerome Prince also issued a statement saying, for many years, Mr. Bailey has been a highly respected and well-liked businessman and community member. In business, he was a hands-on leader who showed the best our Gary community has to offer. As a public servant, including his time on the Gary Community School Corporation Advisory Board, Mr. Bailey showed his heart and love for his neighbors and the children throughout our city.
He did a lot for the school systems. He did a lot for charities around here. He was a councilman, but you know what I'm saying, for the city. He did, man, I can go on and on.
It's unclear.
So anytime you see things like that, anytime you see a big businessman like this, he was a council member, he helped with school and all that and stuff. Usually those guys are member of certain secret place, and then, you know, probably that guy was trying to break away from this thing, and then this happened. And it could be a random accident too. We don't know, but we give the praise, the glory unto the Most High. And we saw Michael was in the beginning. So, you know, this guy is no more. All praises to the Most High. Plague number 9, you know, execution by the sword. You know, this thing is everywhere, brethren, everywhere.
I'll never be okay. They took my sister from me.
Derica Patrick's family is inseparable. The youngest of 5 girls with just one little brother, the 5 living siblings are realizing somehow they're going to have to live without Derica.
I just want my sister back.
Wednesday night, the 29-year-old mother, 4 months pregnant with her second child, was in her car in front of her house at 74th and Vincennes on the city's south side. Her cousin Devontae says she was supposed to be headed to his birthday celebration.
There you go.
She was all the way to me, but she never made it.
Police say 2 offenders walked up and at least one of them fired several shots into the car. Outside the University of Chicago Medical Center, Patrick's family crowded around the emergency room, only to learn the young pregnant mother didn't survive.
My heart is shattered in a million pieces.
Her siblings say Derricka Patrick couldn't wait to be a mom to 2 children.
She was happy because her daughter 9, so she wanted a boy. And she said her baby was her baby Jay.
Now they'll all take her 9-year-old daughter in as their own. Investigators say while there is some video evidence of Patrick's shootings, no one has been arrested, and they're asking anyone who may have been a possible witness to come forward to police.
Oh boy, all praises to the Most High. Plague number 9. It's just the 2/3 in the mist, man. You don't know what those people are doing online, offline. Hey, things like that happen.
Thieves are back in action, breaking open rail cars near downtown LA and stealing the merchandise inside.
Yes.
Take a look at this video filmed this morning from Air 7 HD near Lincoln Park. You can see the Union Pacific tracks just littered with empty boxes from companies like Amazon and UPS. Union Pacific says LA County rail thefts have increased 160% in the past year. The company is calling on District Attorney George Gascon to reconsider his special directive so that these thieves can face harsher consequences.
It won't work.
Union Pacific says they've increased the number of special agents on site.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great
It won't work. Always.
Well, the passes may be open, but the snow is sticking around. People in Skycomish calling it Snowmageddon.
Yeah, the snow isn't just making it difficult for drivers, but also for businesses that rely on an economic push from skiers headed to the resort. Fox 13's photojournalist Frank Camaris has the story.
This is one of the biggest ones. I haven't seen a storm like this in 15. You never know with winters up here. We love the mountain, but it throws its own works in there.
Yeah, I'm retired from the railroad, so this is what I do.
We had the Snowmageddon 2 years ago, but it was different. It was more like ice, rain that caused the shutdown. This was just a lot of snow really fast.
So exactly. So what you're seeing here is plague number 6, increase of hail and snow, and then the snows are shutting down their businesses, and then they are not enjoying the blessing the way they used to, because these things become an inconvenience unto them.
It's nice to have the pass open. We've been busier today than we have in last 4 days. Winter gets busy, but it's usually like the afternoon crowd coming down, the late crowd going up.
We just keep pushing it back, keep moving snow. That's all you can do.
We're waiting for the sun to melt most of this away.
Inconvenience, losing business, all praises to the Most High.
The beauty of fresh snow blanketing downtown Leavenworth is quickly met by the reality of the historic storm.
We're just insanely lucky to be alive.
New mom Emily Elkins was home Saturday, a day after the weather system brought 4 feet of snow in just 2 days.
We thought the storm was over at this point.
That's when she heard a crack.
And it was the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life, and definitely the scariest.
The roof above their trailer was collapsing.
So that's when I grabbed her as quick as I could right off the couch, and we laid on the floor, and I hovered over her and just tried to keep myself in a position to where if I did die, that I wouldn't crush her and someone could find her.
Elkins and her baby made it out okay, helped by neighbors who heard her scream. A town that's still under the weight of the weather.
I have reports from people coming out of Blewett Pass that say
That's right. That's your technology. Shoveling that snow. You can't tell this snow stopped. Oh, good grief! Now, wow, that would have made a great thumbnail. But anyway, so this is what happened, man. You people have no technology. You claim you control the weather. You claim all this, but now the snow is getting so much, brothers, that the roof of the house is being collapsed because the weight of the snow. That's how bad it is. And then they are not reporting everything. Oh, this happened to 1, 2, 3. This is random. No, it's not.
they got almost 6 feet in 48 to 72.
Wow, look at her eyes. Wow. Look at this. Wow. It's like looking at a brand new species, like a new creature staring in your soul. Wow. Crazy, man.
2 hours. And that is just too much to deal with.
Wednesday, National Guard troops went door to door for the second day.
So And now you're seeing this. That's what the Mossad is doing, is marking those guys. This is what your job is like. You know, to the National Guard, this is your job. Taking care of people with snow. And then you won't see this in the news. Why did this happen? Kings? I'm not quite sure. Downtown Leavenworth? Not quite sure where. But anyway, so it's so bad that they had to send the National Guard over there. Crazy, man.
Second day. Just north, and road crews work to clear Stevens Pass. Highway 2 remains closed and has been for several days.
Okay.
The avalanche danger is just too high.
I know, sweet girl.
So you guys cannot stop the Mossad, man. You know, they have to send the National Guard. That's how bad it is. You know, that's how bad it is. And the National Guard is being spread very thin. They are in the hospital, they're in the food kitchen, they are in the school, driving the school bus, and then they are in those places for the tornadoes, they're in the places for the Colorado fire, and then now they are here for the snow.
Back in Leavenworth, and this new mom is staying close to her baby.
There was something there to save both of us, that's for sure.
Hoping that this time, the worst of the storm is truly over. Stevens Pass to the north of Leavenworth still very much in this winter storm. They were supposed to reopen today, but because of that threat of avalanche, they did not.
They close. All praises to the Mossad. Threat of avalanche. He's shutting down everywhere. All praises and glory.
The Tucson police say a 13-year-old boy stabbed his mother to death and admitted he attacked her in a fight over video games.
KGUN 9 on your side's Craig Smith has more details on this case.
In this Rita Ranch neighborhood, about 9 p.m. Tuesday, a woman ran up to her neighbor. She was bleeding from cuts to her neck. Mary Ainu said her 13-year-old son, Isaiah, had attacked her. A sworn statement by Tucson police fills in the details. It says officers found Isaiah not far from his house. Police say he told them he'd argued with his mother about video games. Then he went to the kitchen, got a butcher knife, and sharpened it. He told police he found his mother in the living room and hit her in the head with a 5-pound exercise weight, then stabbed her 8 or 9 times as she tried to escape. Mary Ainu was able to reach a neighbor who called 911. A Tucson fire ambulance rushed her to St. Joseph's Hospital, but she died about 3.5 hours after the attack began. Craig Smith, KGUN 9, on your side.
Matricide. Crazy.
A spokesperson for Pima County Attorney Laura Conover says the case will be reviewed before there's a decision on whether to charge Isaiah Ainu with assault, be charged as an adult. And then state law says in first-degree murder cases, minors age 15 and older shall be charged as an adult, and minors at least 14 years old may be charged as an adult. Isaiah Ainu is 13 years old.
Matricide. Kill her. His own mother, hit her in the head with a weight and stab her 8 to 9 times because of video game. Wow.
And away from that, a financial crisis is intensifying in Taliban-controlled Afghanistan. In the face of economic hardship, Taliban administration is expanding its Food for Work program. Under the program, donated wheat is used to pay thousands of public sector employees instead of cash. Around 40,000 workers are given 10 kilograms of wheat for working 5 hours a day. The scheme has largely paid laborers on public works programs in Kabul. It will now be expanded around the country. The wheat used by the Taliban in payment has largely been donated by India. Before the fall of Kabul, India had been sending relief to Afghanistan on a regular basis via the Chabahar port.
So all those guys, they enjoy the blessing. Now this is the cursing upon you people. They don't want to call it. This is a famine over there. Okay, there is so much you can do on a barren land with some wheat. You can eat it. Then at one point, you guys gonna start eating each other. All praises to the Mossad.
Philadelphia police are hoping that this surveillance video will help them find the person who destroyed a statue outside a Buddhist temple. Investigators believe the same man tried to pull it down Saturday night, but failed and came back the next night. Crime happened outside the Buddhist Association of Philadelphia along Ridge Avenue in Spring Garden. All new tonight at 5, NBC 10's Johnny Archer joins us live from Spring Garden with more on exactly who police are looking for. Johnny, tell us more.
Tracy, that statue was standing right here in front of this temple until that person randomly pulled it down, broke that statue, and as you showed our viewers, that whole thing was caught on camera. Now that statue is laying on its side right here, completely broken. This temple has been here for 30 years in Philadelphia, and members tell me something like this has never happened before.
Of course not.
It's this surveillance video that captures a man randomly pulling down this Buddhist statue Sunday night. As the statue lays broken alongside Ridge Avenue near Spring Garden, members of the Buddhist Association of Philadelphia are brokenhearted.
I was very shocked, you know. We feel pain inside.
The pain inside can be seen by tears. The Buddhist master at the temple overwhelmed by emotion because of what happened.
Okay, so this guy is crying over a statue, man, and we show you how far you guys co-op all the stuff that we taught you, and then you perverted everything, you know, and because of this, because of the whole thing, you know, you're crying over a freaking statue, man, something man made with the hands.
Because of what happened. Inside, the peaceful chant of Buddhist monks echo throughout the temple. Together they pray, but also wonder why someone would break their statue that represents compassion and generosity. A statue imported from Vietnam that members say is worth about $5,000.
Because that's not what that is. You painted that thing white. You made him white when our people over there were jet black. You know, and then they were highly spiritual people connected with the Most High in the universe. And then you co-opted our knowledge, and then now you're crying over a freaking statue.
You don't know why they would do this?
Yes, we don't know the reason why.
And you don't know who?
Yes, we don't know who.
The surveillance camera getting this look at his face, whoever he is, the president of the association says they forgive him.
This thing not happen again. We hope for that, hopefully for that.
Oh boy. All praises, man. The Most High is destroying all religion around the world. You guys are idol worshiper, okay? When we taught you those things, you weren't supposed to worshiping and crying over idol. Compassion and stuff, those are all lies. All of you, Psalm 83, banded against us.
In the United Kingdom, the royal status of a prince has just been demolished. Prince Andrew, his mother, Queen Elizabeth, has stripped him of all royal titles and military honors. He's no longer His Royal Highness. The decision comes barely a day after a New York court ordered a trial into accusations of sexual assault against him. Okay, so, you know, this guy accused of luring a 17-year-old into sex. So, yeah, so that's why the Prince Andrew is no longer Prince Andrew. Now it's Scumbag Andrew, who was already a scumbag. That's what those guys do, okay? They do those things, okay? They will lure children to, well, 17-year-old woman, and that's what those guys do. They are perverts. That's what they do. You know, the prince or ex-prince will now have to fight the case as a private citizen. The question is, what privileges did he enjoy as a royal?
What was this guy doing?
Our next report has some answers.
This statement was released by the royal family on Wednesday.
There is nothing royal about this family right there. There is no royalty here. You see, that's like a regular bunch of well-dressed people. That's all. Those people, they are not royal at all. There is no royalty in them. When you look at those people, they are not royal at all. When you look at them, you're like, there is no royalty, nothing in those people. It's just like blank.
It announces the Queen's decision to strip her second son of all royal titles. Prince Andrew, all his military honors and royal patronages have been returned to the Queen. Andrew is no longer His Royal Highness. What led to this dramatic downgrade? A case of sexual assault. Andrew has been accused of luring a teenager into sex. A civil lawsuit against him has been given the go-ahead in the United States.
So what those guys do, brethren, it's not like they can do this in silence. They have to force it's in them. They have to force themselves upon whoever that teenage girl is. They have to tie it, beat that teenage girl, and do all sort of nonsense to them. It's not like they could just do this in silent, like some type of thing they have to make it a way so degrading to the person. That's how they find a kick. That's how those guys do things.
He will now be subjected to a criminal trial. The Queen's decision is in essence an attempt to protect the brand and reputation of the royal family. It was prompted by a letter from 150 veterans in the UK, part of the anti-monarchy pressure group. These veterans had asked the Queen to strip Andrew of his ranks for bringing disrepute to the armed forces and the British throne. For a monarchy already beset by crises, this decision is a welcome move, but it's not the first time such a decision has been taken. Andrew is the 5th person to lose royal titles in 26 years, the others being Diana, Princess of Wales, Sarah, the Duchess of York, and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The decision has also opened up a debate on the...
Look at those people. There's nothing royal. There's nothing royal about those people, man. It's like the... Like, wait, is it Halloween? Or is this the green soup shirt? And look at those people, man. They don't look... It's like you guys were supposed to step down and let your children do this thing, but you all like... This guy, I believe one of them is no more. I can't make the difference which one of them is no more. But there is nothing royal about those people. If you show this to anybody that don't know anything about royalty, they see this guy is some kind of like captain of a ship, or this dude is the brother of a captain of another ship, and this is a well-dressed senior citizen. And they don't have anything. There's not any crown upon their head. Nothing royally about them, so to speak. It's just like, the whole thing disturbed me. Let's move to another place, man.
Yeah, police told us the shooting had happened overnight here.
Oh, yes. At Miguel Martinez again. Let me see. We did this? Seems like we did this, but let's do it again.
Inside of the Wawa, we know the victim, Luis Rivera, known as Fluff here in the area, described as very popular. And an employee actually tells me he was inside of the store when the shooting happened. Here's what they say.
There's shootings all over the place. It's got to stop.
A late-night shooting inside of Wawa left one man dead and regular customers shaking.
Okay, plague number 936 again. All right, 3 + 6 9, execution by the sword. They know this, okay? They watch it. They saw the shooting is all over the place.
Taken by the news.
I go to this Wawa every day. It's like my second home.
An employee who couldn't go on camera told me the ambush had happened inside. Men came from the bathroom towards the victim, who was on his way out of the store when they shot him.
You can't come out at dark. When it gets dark out, just go in.
Vineland police say when they got to the Wawa near Ullman and Delsey, they found 23-year-old Luis Rivera dead from gunshot wounds. They confirm he was shot while exiting the Wawa. This morning, crews wearing hazmat suits, they cleaned that shattered glass from the window and the floor. We're told he appeared to be the target of the attack. No one else was hurt.
Because all the people there are my friends, neighbors. It'd be a shame.
It is.
Now, Wawa sent me a statement saying that the safety and security of their associates and customers is their top priority. They're cooperating with the investigation, and they say that no store associates were involved or injured. Meanwhile, we are learning more about Fluff.
How did you know this? It could be like an employee in there being jealous and have the guy killed. As you can see, brethren, the Most High is grieving those people, and they are seeing the shooting happen all over. It got to stop. No bucktooth monster. It has to continue. All praises. Okay, so this is in Italy. All right. Okay, shocking footage from Europe, crazy snowfall in Italy. All right, this is all over in Italy.
Meteorologists warn.
This is plague number 6, increase of hail and snow is pretty much everywhere. All right.
So, as you all have heard us say many times, we are concerned that the Russian government is preparing for an invasion in Ukraine that may result in widespread human rights violations and war crimes should diplomacy fail to meet their objectives. As part of its plans, Russia is laying the groundwork to have the option of fabricating a pretext for invasion. And we've seen this before. We saw this before leading up to 2014, just to note, including through sabotage activities and information operations by accusing Ukraine of preparing an imminent attack against Russian forces in eastern Ukraine, and the Russian military plans to begin these activities several weeks before a military invasion, which could begin between mid-January and mid-February. We have information that indicates Russia has already pre-positioned.
Those people have no idea what they are saying and what they are doing. Oh, Russia's laid groundwork. We prepare. We prepare to this. We prepare. You're not preparing for anything. You see, Sun Tzu said, neither Russia is prepared for anything. Sun Tzu said, when you're ready to prepare to attack, behave like you're not prepared to attack. When you're not prepared to attack, behave like you prepare to attack. When you're weak in the sight of your enemy, show them that you're strong. And when you're strong in the sight of the enemy, show them that you're weak. Get out of here. Art of War 101. All praises. Okay, this is in France. We had this on another video. Okay, that's in Toulouse.
In southwestern France.
Okay, all over plague number 10. All right.
The vehicle was struck by this car.
Okay, so this is a backhoe ramming into a cop. Okay, watch this.
Bro?
Watch this, okay?
The vehicle was struck by this.
That's a backhoe right here.
I just struck a police car. Bro? Hey, is anybody in that car?
This dude was supposed to be shot.
Police officer in that car that was just struck. 6 negative. It's my vehicle. 29 and 826 have been totaled.
He's just ramming those cops. Just ramming the cops, man. He's just ramming the cops. All right, these guys is ramming in the area with the backhoe, rampaging. Oof. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. This happened in December the 18th, 2021. 5 a.m. in the morning. This guy in the backhoe ramming. Oh, they shot him dead though. Okay, shot dead by police. He wanted to die. He wanted to die. Okay, they shot him dead. So crazy, man. Crazy thing is going on. All praises, man.
Caller states that you stabbed her children. Caller says they're not at the location. Said kids are there all alone. We have unknown what you're walking into, officers. Be careful.
Really?
We start tonight with breaking news. A chilling description for officers responding to a call that a mother stabbed her 2 children. Right now, one of those children is in critical condition. It happened earlier tonight in Springfield Township. That's where we find Chase Bachman. And Chase, what can you tell us at this hour?
Well, Jeff, Lucas County Sheriff's deputies found 2 young children stabbed. The Lucas County Sheriff Mike Navarre says that around 6 p.m. this evening, a woman called 911 just outside of Franklin Park Mall, and the operator identified the woman as being suicidal, and she said that she had stabbed her children. Now, that led them to this house on Banquet Way. That's where they found the 2 children stabbed near the intersection of Nebraska and McCord. When deputies arrived, they found the 7- and 8-year-old, a boy and a girl, stabbed. The girl is in critical condition. Navarre says the boy is in bad shape as well, but not as critical as the girl. Here's Navarre describing that scene.
Oh, it's really bad. What the officers witnessed when they walked in that house was pretty horrific. So, tough situation.
And again, that woman's name is Jamisha Taylor. She is in custody right now. Navarre says that he will release the 911 call tomorrow, but he will not release any more information at this time.
Okay, well, again, you know, you can see like when this dude come out of the place right here, I believe. Yeah, is that right there? You can see really the Christmas tree and the door and stuff. Those are the Christian catching hell. Okay, and then Jamisha Taylor, and yeah, you can see her face. She's moved. She's disturbed, man. You know, a lot of this thing going on out there. Stop those kids for no reason, and she said she was feeling suicidal. Crazy things. All praises, man.
She has been publicly shamed
Her face is all over international media.
It's true. The story of Wendy Wine, unbelievable. Just ask her attorney.
This case is bizarre in many ways. When you look at the website, runahitman.com, it's almost shocking to the conscience that someone could see that and actually believe that.
In 2020, the 52-year-old from Monroe County tried to hire a hitman to kill her ex-husband. They'd been divorced decades. Wine, mom, Googled, then came across rentahitman.com, promising to handle any hire-to-kill needs.
And I think Wendy snapped.
But Rent a Hitman is a spoof site, a very obvious one created by Bob Innes, part of a class project more than 15 years ago. Since then, Innes says he's prevented 150 murders. Ultimately, he reported Wendy's plot to Michigan State Police, who set up a fake payoff meetup where she was arrested. Here's Wine in court Thursday.
At the time, I was going through so much I couldn't catch my breath. We had 8 family members die in a period of 18 months.
You see, 8 family members die in a period of 18 months. So we told you those people are going through hell, and then they are not bringing this. You know, they are hiding the fact that a lot of them are being no more.
We learned in court that Wine is a mom of 2 and a caretaker for her grandson who has a disability. She said she's remorseful and sad she can't be with them.
I am not making excuses for myself. I simply wanted to let you know where my head was.
Wine was ultimately sentenced to 7 years behind bars and will serve about 5.5 after credit for time served.
We're just happy that, you know, she gets to get out.
She got out lucky. She got out lucky. 7 years, man. You know, instead of getting life, you get 7, and if you do 5, well done, they will let you go. You know, those people don't play, man. That's why a lot of husbands are killing wife and a lot of wife are killing husband. They got enough of them. You know?
New at 6 o'clock, we are hearing from friends of the man police say was killed in a hit-and-run crash on I-94 as police continue to try and track down the driver.
News 8's David Horak live in our Kalamazoo studio with this story. David.
Well, Brian and Sue, 71-year-old William Pinson of Battle Creek was loved by so many, including 2 women who were longtime friends of his. They tell us he was really a good person who selflessly helped so many others.
It wasn't nothing you couldn't ask him to do for you, and he would do it.
For 9 years, Virginia Baker dated William Pinson, who she thought the world of. And even after the relationship ended, she says their friendship certainly did not, given the kindness and honesty he had for everyone.
He was real. If he tell you something, he meant it. You know, like I said, if you needed help with anything, you know, he would help you.
He would have hit you somewhere to where you would have been connected to him from then on. That's the kind of guy he was.
So did Rhonda Pouncey. She says the father of 8 and grandfather to many more.
So, as you can see, this dude, I'm assuming it's a church, already in the church here. You know, which one? Is it this guy or that guy? I'm not quite sure, but let's listen. Anyway, it's a church thing. It's a church family. So, let's go on here.
Was on his way back home from Kalamazoo when police say he was hit and killed on I-94 last night. Since then, Pinson's loved ones keep wondering.
Okay, with the Christmas thing, you already know what kind of crew you are dealing with here.
Why?
If he had stopped and stayed, maybe he would still be living. Maybe he would have survived this because he was strong enough to have survived. Yeah. I believe that.
You are under a legal obligation to stop and identify yourself and render aid to, an accident victim, and to, provide your information and wait for the authorities to come and investigate.
Michigan State Police Lieutenant Dwayne Robinson says investigators are still looking for the vehicle and driver responsible, who will be facing criminal charges.
We are actively looking for this person, and we are going to find you, and you will be held accountable.
Okay, so things like that happen. Okay, when people when people running over, and then they just kill someone, okay, and then they don't stop, okay, and I'm telling you this because I encountered something like this. Somebody that did a grave crime. That person committed a grave crime, but no one knows that this person did this crime. And that person is going through a lot. Like, that person see things chasing him, and then things he's being tormented. Okay, and then that person say he feels suicidal. And, you know, we told him, like, what's going on? But then what happened? And then he kind of give us a hint, say, man, I did something bad, man, very, very bad, and I'm paying for it. And then come to find out there was rumor, and you know, he was involved in certain things. And then those things, like somebody, you know, he committed a grave crime, man, a horrible crime, like something like this. When somebody, you have conscience, you hit somebody like this and that person die, and then you know, only you were in that car and you're watching the news and you realize that guy died, and then it was your fault because one, you were drunk, or two, you were on your phone or something. You literally run this guy over, you kill him, it will stick with you, man. That's why people have so many demons chasing them. And what happened is, it's like when I'm talking to the fellow, it's not like he cannot remember. I believe this dude died a long time ago, though. He died. He either committed suicide or he died. I forgot the way that he died. But when I asked about him, they say he's no longer with us. They say he's gone. I think he committed he took himself out because he could not bear of what he did, and then he said he was not in his right mind of the thing that he did. So that's why you see so many of the people out there, they're effed up in the head because you don't know what they did. Just like this fellow right now. Of course, that guy is a Christian, full grown. The Christmas stuff is all over. You can read it. But this guy was killed by somebody that just probably ran over him and then never reported it. So that's why you see a lot of people are effed up in the head because they did great things. Why do you think the Gentiles are all messed up like this? Why do you think, like this woman said, in a span of 18 months, she lost 8 members of her family, and she had enough, and she wanted her ex-husband for decades be gone too. All praises. Crazy, man.
New tonight, we are learning new details about a sword attack that injured a convenience store clerk near Ionia.
News 8's Kyle Mitchell is live in the newsroom now with what surveillance cameras have revealed. Kyle?
Sue and Brian, the video shows some tense moments as a man swung the sword at the clerk and got away with cash. An employee of the More Perks liquor store near Ionia goes to check on a man at the door on Halloween last year, and just seconds later is attacked with a sword.
I'll do it.
News 8 just recently obtained this video through a Freedom of Information Act request, which police say shows suspect Jonathan Roten.
Man. My family's over. Who are you? What are you talking about, man? What you talking about?
The video shows the man with the katana sword taking cash out of the drawer. Deputies eventually catch up to him after he leaves and arrest him.
Chop my ear off, man. Just take the whole box, man.
Cut the guy ear off, man. Cut the guy ear off with the katana.
I'm sorry. They didn't listen to me. I'm sorry too, man. I don't know what happened.
That guy, he had no idea what's going on.
The clerk then asks the man to leave.
I'm so sorry. Take the rest of the money, man. Huh? You want the sword? Just go. Just go. Okay. Just go. Where do I go? Out the door.
A store employee says the clerk has been released from the hospital and is recovering. A judge ordered a mental competency evaluation for Roten. His next court date is April 1st. In the newsroom, Kyle Mitchell, News 8.
All praises.
Hi, I'm Will Gans. America This Morning will be right back. But first, here's today's 2 extra minutes of news just for you that we couldn't squeeze into the show. We begin with a raging fire destroying 2 historic warehouses in northern Wisconsin. Both had been standing since...
You heard what he said? He said there are so many hits shopping, we could not bring you this. And then now they are doing like us, you know, bringing this hit. Whatever, man. Anyway, let's listen to this dude. Oh, crap.
Since the late 1800s, fire crews managing to contain the flames to just those 2 structures, but were unable to save them. No injuries or deaths have been reported. Turning now to Paraguay, where at least 4 swimmers are dead and 20 seriously injured after piranhas went on the attack. All of this happening in just the past week. Experts say piranhas tend to bite more often and more ferociously in hot weather and during breeding season. Authorities are warning locals and tourists to stay away from rivers. And news this morning that legendary director Peter Bogdanovich has died, known for The Last Picture Show, Paper Moon, and one of my all-time favorites, What's Up, Doc? Barbara Streisand saying, Peter always made me laugh. He'll keep making them laugh up there, too. May he rest in peace. Peter Bogdanovich was 82. And a new study finds that dogs can tell when you're speaking a foreign language. An MRI experiment showing their brains light up differently when they hear a language.
They're up to no good. They're up to no good. Look at what they are doing to Fifi, man. Yeah, put that dog in an MRI. Say, hey, if you're speaking a different language, your dog know about this. You better be careful when you're speaking around your dog. And then our people will lose their freaking mind. Because I mean, they're training dogs to bring Jacob trouble, man. You gotta say something about this, man. You gotta do something. Anyway, beloved, a lot happened here. We're going to stop here. Let me see. New Jersey raging fire alarm. 11 fire alarm. We talk about this in the beginning of the video. And let me see what she did and stuff 3 days ago. Underwater volcano erupts. We talk about those things. So anyway, brethren, a lot's going on, man. A lot's going on. All right, then. We give the Most High great praise, great glory. You know, may the King reign forever. 27 arrested on charge of trafficking and conspiracy, trafficking cocaine. You people still arresting people for this. Right? Fast, pray, repent, repeat. May the King reign forever. Beloved brothers and sisters, fear not. The Heavenly Father is indeed in the midst. The angels reporting back. Everything that you witness here is not conspiracy theories, and it's not CGI, which is computer generated imagery, so to speak. This is all real. It's only going to get worse and worse and worse. Okay, 2024 X marks the spot. Be safe out there. All praises to the Most High. Fast, pray, repent, repeat. May the King reign forever. Be at peace.